Arsenal lost their first game of the season yesterday night, and they were beaten by RS Syrians by 2-1. Lots of things that went ahead to dissect. If at all you missed out on the segment, go into what we call the the video section. You're going to see what we thought, or what our thoughts are about that Arsenal loss that saw them suffer a 2-1 loss down in France. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. We're here to break down the player ratings of how the players of Arsenal really went ahead to perform down at that stadium in France. We thank God for the gift of life. It's the 4th of October. Everything is moving on as planned by the Lord, and we're here to obviously embrace it the way it's really wanted. Now, let's start it off with David Raya. Guys, for the first goal, there is no way you forgive David Raya for obviously going in for that ball that obviously affects the lead of Arsenal, and in the 29th minute he leveled it up. And I'm just waiting to see how Mikel Arteta is going to react after that David Raya huge mistake. One of the many that are yet to come, because ball playing goalkeepers make such mistakes, and when Ramsdale made that mistake last season in only one game when Arsenal was playing Southampton at the beginning of the game and they conceded in 15 minutes. Arteta thought that he could get a better ball-playing goalkeeper, and guess what? The goalkeeper is going to bring in for Aaron Ramsdale, is going to make a howler, and for him, he was trying to go long, and he obviously made a mistake that costed this Arsenal side a goal, because the entire defense was in transition when obviously distributed that ball to the side of Tomiyasu, and it was a blind pass, and it costed Arsenal that goal. So I just want to see how Arteta is going to react, on whether he's obviously going to give him a game against Man City on Sunday, or he's going to bench him. So I'm giving David Raya a 4 out of 10. That is it, because what makes you a better goalkeeper? It's reading the game and making the right decisions. And for your information, the goalkeeper is the only person who knows that behind him there is no person to pressurize him to play that ball. That is it. So there is no reason that you're going to give us that you're going to hate to get pressure from the back to obviously make such. If it was a pass near the D of the 18-yard box area, one would have said, all right, it's okay. We can obviously forgive him, because keepers have gone ahead to do it. Elite ball-playing goalkeepers, the Manuel Neuers, the Edersons, the Alissons, have gone ahead to obviously cost their teams goals like those. But with that long ball, it's really unforgivable for David Raya. And that's why I give David Raya a 4 out of 10. And I think that was the game-changing moment. It was 100% the game-changing moment. Because if you get a lead like that, you need your goalkeeper to be 100% concentrated. His concentration levels should be really high. That is it, coming in from none other than David Raya. We go to Tomiyasu. For me, I think had a very good game. Even the goalkeeper denied him that shot. I think it was a corner, and it fell on the foot of Tomiyasu, and Tomiyasu placed it towards the goal, and the goalkeeper just fell in it. And I'm going to hate to read some of the players' reactions after the game. Tomiyasu came out and said that the goalkeeper told him after the game that he only fell into that ball by chance. So it shows you that maybe it was not the day of Arsenal to win this game of football, because we all admit Arsenal was the best side on the pitch. I think none of you really doubts us. Arsenal was the best side on the field of play, and I think you all agree with me that Arsenal did their job, but they failed to kill off their chances. That is it. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 6 out of 10. I think he really played very well. Zinchenko, though he was really a little bit sloppy, but I think he gave them a game. And I'm giving him a 5.5 out of 10. And when you look at how physical this game was, because this team was just physical, they have the talent, and they ran and they won the physical battles for that side of Arsenal. That's why I told you that Jorginho would have gone ahead to work out well for this team, because Jorginho would have gone ahead to really cool down the tempo of this team, and obviously things really had to go that way. So to my own understanding, I think Zinchenko deserves a 5.5 out of 10. We go to the center. Gabriel Magalhaes is solid. Guys, he was solid. He played his role very well. And by the way, for the 2 goals, I don't blame Gabriel Magalhaes, because for the second one, it's William Saliba to blame. William Saliba saw to it that Gabriel Magalhaes was marking the player in front of him, and he failed to look out on Wahi, who was really well placed. That gut back cross really caught Saliba in a very wrong vicinity to close down this player, and he really hit it into the back of the net. And it shows you how Declan Rice had gone ahead to really abscond from his duties, because he is supposed to be there at the edge of Vitinha's box area. All another midfielder is supposed to be there to obviously cover up for that central defense. Me, for the team I support, Manchester United, we've gone ahead to concede very many goals like that because we don't have another player next to the central defense or next to the D. And in any position, and in any attack, Arsenal needs to find a player around their D, because teams now capitalize onto those cutback crosses a lot, and they obviously go ahead and see these teams concede. And you've seen lots of games that Arsenal have gone ahead to concede stupidly like that, and you all agree with me that you wouldn't like your team to be conceding like that. So Gabriel Magalhaes, a 6 out of 10. William Saliba, he put out some blind passes in the night. Looked like he was afraid and shocked with the atmosphere, but players like them, I don't blame them, because it's the very first time they are playing in the Champions League. And if at all you don't know what the Champions League is all about, the Champions League is something different. It hits you different every time you're really playing the game, and it really shows you the levels at which you are supposed to be at every time you're really playing. Your concentration levels shouldn't fall for a second, because the moment they fall for a second, you concede. You saw it in the first goal that Arsenal conceded. The levels of Raya dropped for just a second, and Arsenal was punished for that one mistake. So in the Champions League, each and every mistake you make, you don't walk away with it. So that is it for the club of Arsenal. Saliba, 5 out of 10 for me. I think it's the lowest I've ever gone ahead to give Saliba ever since he made his debut last season for Arsenal. He has been one of the solid defenders, but I think it was a job badly done by him. And you obviously understand that if at all your best defender is not having his best game, then you are exposed to really concede goals. That is it. Declan Rice, 6 out of 10. Seen people hailing him for his performances yesterday, but I was not moved by his performances, apart from really putting up his goal battle, but that does not control a game. He lacked control of the game, because him and Odegaard, we are supposed to obviously see to it that they obviously get or set the tempo of the game, but they never set the tempo of the game, and they danced on the tunes of the team of AS Rennes, and it was the home team. So sometimes you don't need to go fire for fire. Sometimes you need to go water for fire to obviously see to it that you find means of obviously cooling the fire. That is it, coming in from Declan Rice. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Kai Havertz, I've seen people criticizing him, but I think he's not the person to criticize when the team of Arsenal played like that, because the problem of Arsenal was they're not scoring goals. That is it. I think Kai Havertz, the only time he came close, had a very perfect shot in the first half, and it was saved by the goalkeeper. That is it. And one thing that Arsenal people need to know about Kai Havertz is that his ball retention levels are really high, and he doesn't lose that ball. Do you see Kai Havertz putting out a blind pass? So Arteta is trying to craft out something that's not going to work out well, but I think it will at times work out well. You know, all I called in for was that a double pivot was needed, right? Get Jorginho into the mix to play alongside Declan Rice. Then, especially when Saka got an injury, don't bring Fabio Vieira on. Get on Jorginho in the double pivot. Then Kai Havertz plays as a right attacking midfielder where Bukayo Saka was playing, and Odegaard plays as a number 10. I don't know why Arteta is so much naive with tactics. You know, even his master that taught him how to manage this game of football and really turn tactics is really good at obviously changing these tactics. So all I want is to obviously hear out one thing, that Arteta is obviously trying to be dynamic, but the more he keeps he keeps into the same thought and same style, he's going to cost the Arsenal side. And sometimes I ask myself, he went ahead and confirmed us that they've been playing 32 formations, 40 formations in the game. How do those formations really turn out? Because I've not seen him doing tactical changes, especially when Arsenal is losing. Like yesterday, I wanted to see something that was really aimed at taking Arsenal forward. But all what he had was like, I've gone ahead to admit we've gone ahead to lose. Let me put that Reece Nelson, Emily Smith-Rowe, Fabio Vieira, and see to it that we get out of this game and prepare for the game of Man City. I think he gave up. He gave up on the night. You get? Yet, you had another player in the midfield that could obviously change the game. That is Jorginho, and gives you a different template altogether to take on this side because he's experienced at these levels and he needed to obviously do the needful. Now, after that, I'm giving Kai Havertz a 6 out of 10. Odegaard, 6.5 out of 10. I think he really did his job. He did what he had to do, but trust me, it was not on his day. It was not on his day, and he put in a shift that I think every Arsenal fan will come out and really welcome. Gabriel Jesus scoring a goal and being on target, to me, no player really worked hard like that man. He looked for goal in every angle and he got it. And by the way, he just made ahead to give Bukayo Saka a very good assist because the way he scored that goal, it was really in a very tough angle. But the way he hits it, it silences everyone who says that Jesus is not a number 9. Why was he able to hit that shot like that and it goes to the back of the net? And if I'm to ask you, is there any clear-cut chance that Arsenal created for Gabriel Jesus? I'll tell you no. I never saw it, and I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 for me because he was really, 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 really yearning. He showed the urge to obviously fight for the club of Arsenal. We go to Bukayo Saka, 6.5 out of 10. You never know if at all he started on the field of play would have gone ahead to pull out a moment of magic because you know that at least he can obviously try to pull out a moment of magic with a cross, with a curling effort towards the goal. All may be a shot, all may be a penalty for Arsenal, but he walked off the field of play and we're yet to know how long he's going to be out for. But I believe he's not going to be out for long, and when Arsenal is playing City, this man is obviously going to be a variable, according to me. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Trossard, my God, he was one of the players that really gave this game life, and he was denied on several occasions, but we saw to it that him coming from injury, putting out such a performance is really something that deserves to be hailed. That is Leandro Trossard for you, and I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Fabio Vieira, 6 out of 10. Emily Smith-Rowe, 6 out of 10. Reece Nelson, 6.5 out of 10. He tried his level best. I think could move out. Nketiah, 5.5 out of 10. And there's another one who came on through. What's his name? I've talked about Ben White. Ben White, I'm getting him a score of 6 out of 10. For Mikel Arteta, 5 out of 10. He failed this side, yet it had a lot to offer in this game, and he has a quality bench. Sometimes we used to say last time that Arteta lacks a bench, but he now has a bench, but he doesn't know how to use that bench. He doesn't know how to use his bench. That is it. Then my man of the match is Gabriel Jesus, according to me. So tell me your thoughts about Arsenal 1, Rennes 2. As far as your player ratings are really concerned, my man of the match is Gabriel Jesus. Who was your man of the match? I'm out.